bam.
Bam?
I got like watery eyes. I got a headache. I'm hungover.
Real quick, I found Kim. She came in as I was lying in bed, and I was like, you were sort of shuffling through the bedroom kind of quick to the bathroom and out. I'm like, something seems off here. And she disappeared for a while, and I was waiting, and then I leave the bedroom, and I find her laying on the carpet, on the floor, out in the living room. And I kind of come up, I say, everything okay? She's like, these tights are too tight, I can't get them off. And I proceed to helping her on the floor get the tights off. And she's very appreciative of that.
They were so tight and they were so hard to get off.
But I also like that you were just in your studio making art. We had just had some beers delivered. We had like 2 18-packs. Kim's like, I mean, these beers aren't going to drink themselves.
No, they are not. But here's the thing. You would think that because we're stuck at home, you would think that like I would be drinking more and my tolerance was built up. But it's like the complete opposite. 3 beers and I couldn't get my tights off.
You were pretty bummed about that as well while you're on the floor. It was just 3 beers. And you kept trying to get me to sleep out there on the floor with you.
It was very cozy. I only went out to get water. I don't know how I ended up on the floor. Also, I went down to the studio this morning. Definitely ruined a couple pieces last night. I thought I was like doing some great work.
This is like what we learned when we first started practicing while drinking, because we used to only be able to practice first thing in the morning, so we were never drinking. And then we got an evening slot and we just have some beers while we practice. We're like, God damn, we're so much better. And then you realize at a certain point, oh no, just the alcohol does that. Huh?
It's kind of like what is it called when you're drunk and you think someone's
beer
hot?
Goggles?
Beer goggles. Ear goggles.
Ear goggles. Got them ear goggles on. Last episode, we tried something new that I really enjoyed. And, you know, this whole podcast is so much about just enjoying this time, spending this time together,
Boom.
Bumping mics. And so I was like, all right, let's lean into this a little bit more, which was talking about some news articles, some stuff happening in the news, just and getting, you know, Kim's take here.
I like that it's my take.
That's what I mean. Basically, these are just long form interviews of Kim. So we got a couple things here, and this one is very timely. And I was just surprised it happened. But the article headline was, Oregon police reminds residents, don't call 911 if you run out of toilet paper.
But honestly, who do you call?
There's a quote from the Oregon Police Department that says, it was on their Facebook. It said, it's hard to believe that we have to post this. Do not call 911 just because you ran out of toilet paper. I mean, I just imagine it. I just imagine you like, you know, on the toilet, on your phone, as people do. And they're like, oh, shit. What do I do? 911? It's an emergency?
But did they go through a list of other people who were like, sorry? And then that led them to 911?
Straight to the police.
Or
this is a serious matter, Kim.
Or they just have no friends. And then that's even sadder.
In that case, you know, a cop could come drop off a roll, a few squares.
But what do you do when you run out?
I mean, so they said, which the police on Facebook mentioned this as...
I also love that we're in a world now where police have Facebook accounts.
Oh, yeah.
Such a strange
Connect
world.
with the people. But where they suggested, or they just mentioned this as ways people got around this issue. And they said, seamen, like SEAMEN, seamen, like people who rode in boats. Yeah, I took a second. I was like, other people calling about they got a semen toilet paper issue here. It's all over the place. I can't clean it up.
He's like, no, honey, I'm just going to come into your asshole and I'll clean it all up.
Seamen used old rope and anchor lines soaked in salt water. Okay, how did that work?
Wait, They rubbed rope up there?
So they would soak the rope in salt water, and we put this swing out with sort of a very rough kind of boat style rope, and I just could not imagine dragging that through my butt crack.
I don't know. It could be good.
No.
little
I
exfoliant.
think no, you're gonna get some real rawness, and then it says,
wait.
yeah.
Are the police suggesting that's an
I
option?
think they're just saying people figured this shit out without the cops. Pun intended. They said ancient Romans used a sea sponge on a stick, also soaked in salt water.
See, I don't like salt water up there. I feel like it dries it out.
But why was it on a stick? So they put it on a stick, and then they have to get really far away. Like, just grab the fucking sea sponge, bro. Again, soaked in salt water, to where the police says, we are a coastal town. There is an abundance of salt water available. And so, I don't know where salt water plays into this. Does it help? Does the salt help clean? I feel like it would not be as good.
I feel like it's not good. Like, okay, we all know sex on the beach is just never great. But even sex in seawater, it's just...
grind it in there. It's like having,
it's a little too much.
Like being sandblasted in the cooch. I've never said cooch
I would
before.
pay to get sandblasted there right now just to get the hair off.
But, and the last part of this is they said seashells were also used. Again, as the least possible comfortable thing to put in your butt crack. Like, these are the worst suggestions they could
didn't they go to like a newspaper first, or
I don't know,
paper towels, or fabric that you then throw out?
Well, in conclusion, they said this too shall pass. Just don't call 911. We cannot bring you toilet paper. I can't believe they have to say this.
Do they talk about who the caller was? Because I have so many questions for that person.
Well, it is not in Florida. And I say that because Kim went searching for questions or searching for articles, and she says she did not specifically look for Florida, but everything she came back with were Florida-based articles.
Was it close enough, though?
What?
Where is this?
This is Oregon.
Oh, Oregon.
As far away as possible.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go and let's take it. Let's go down to Florida.
Here's a dumb question. I'm trying to think how dumb this is to want to say it out loud. I thought they said they're a coastal town.
Well, Oregon.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Oregon's on the coast, babe.
I was thinking of Denver.
Not even a state. Oregon's a state. Denver's a city.
Okay.
So
can I just wait and say I'm hungover, not fully there today?
Sure, we'll give you a pass. A Titusville grandmother opened her blinds early Friday morning, expecting to see her cat on the porch. Maybe heard some noise. Only to see a nude man standing there, according to the police. Axel Rivera, 28, was wearing a two-piece jail outfit and a pair of flip-flops when he faced a judge Friday afternoon on charges of burglary and exposing sexual organs. Wait a sec. So that was when he went to court? They let him... You wear flip-flops? I mean, Florida, bro. I don't know why I said bro, but that is the Florida thing, I think.
I like that they pointed out what he wore to jail.
Well, he wore that in front of the judge. And also, let me say, I love Florida. We have some of our best shows in Florida. Florida gets super mad when we don't show up, but I know that's because they love us. So don't take it that way. We just all know crazy shit happens there.
But wait. Okay,
but let me continue on.
Okay.
And so having the jail outfit and pair of flip-flops, that's 3 more items of clothing than Titusville police said Rivera was wearing when he discovered on Penelope Peterson's screen porch at 2 a.m. So dude was naked. I always look first. I opened the blinds and said, "What the hell? That's not my cat." Are you sure? said
I wish she
Peterson.
said, "What the hell? That's not my pussy." That would have been better.
Again, this is an elderly. It's a grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my grandmother would say pussy.
I mean, she is your mom's mom, right? Is that who we're talking? Or the
I
other
mean,
one?
both sides.
So Peterson, who once worked in security and law enforcement, decided she'd give the intruder a fright. So she popped out her teeth and yelled, "Grandma got no teeth!" That's how she's going to scare this guy away. You don't call 911. You pop out those teeth.
Okay, but
What?
if I was the dude, I would instantly think my dick's about to get sucked with no teeth.
At Rivera's first appearance hearing, the prosecutor said alcohol may have been a factor. Let's hope it has been. I mean, we're using it for an excuse for Kim today. He's being held at something jail, 20K bail. Should we pony it up? This guy needs some help.
I mean, I feel like he thought she was down. Like he was rolling up, maybe a little drive by.
This is not a first thing in the morning move, though.
Isn't it 2
This
a.m.?
is first. Open her blinds early Friday morning. It's not 2 a.m.
Oh, this is like real morning.
Oh, wait. It does say 2 a.m. Okay. No, never mind. It was the middle of the night. So that's booty call time.
Right?
All
Booty
right?
call time.
Fair enough.
He
Fair
was
enough.
at the wrong house.
Maybe the right house. I mean, those.
But I have so many questions for him. Was he excited when she popped out her teeth? Was he scared? Was he supposed to be at that house? Or was it a different house he was trying to get to?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be scared shitless. If someone, I'm standing there, I think I got the upper hand. I think I'm doing the power play, right? Full hanging brain right there on the porch. And then this grandma flips the script, pulls out the dentures, and says, "It's grandma, bitch," or whatever she said. Now she's in the power move. He's like shrinking down.
That's true.
The penis is just shriveling up. Yeah, she really flipped it on him.
Okay, another question. Can dentures just pop out like that? Like, I thought that you super glue them in.
No, I think dentures come in and out. You think of those glasses by the bed that they put
Yeah, but
it in.
remember like those ads where it was like this paste and then they put their finger on it and they'd be like, "Look, it sticks."
No.
Is it like a denture glue or something? There was like, I thought that's how you got them in. You like glued them to your gums.
I think there are kinds that you can't take out, but I think elderly people generally have ones you can remove for cleaning and sleeping and stuff.
Such
and
a weird
blowjobs. All right, we got to keep this thing moving. This is particularly disgusting. So this I read about today. It said scientists at Ghent University in Belgium are experimenting with larva fat to replace butter in waffles, cakes, and cookies, saying using grease from insects is more sustainable than dairy products. So they're starting insect farms.
Okay.
Which they are, squishing these bugs to get the fat out to make butter for waffles, cakes, and cookies. I was looking at this, and this article also had a picture. And I was just like, could you enjoy a fucking cookie if you knew it was insects smushed up and that's what made it?
What's the difference between smushed up insects and... What is cow's milk? It's just like titty milk, right?
Yeah.
For cows. Okay, then some cow titty milk.
So...
Like,
I like that you say that because that's where my brain went. That seems I'm surprised you're not more disgusted. I've seen you just see a spider and you're freaked out.
but I'm okay with killing that spider.
And then eating it?
If it's like tasty and maybe a little less fat than the cow's milk, I'll take it.
Because, to me, like, when I think about it, like, sucking on a cow titty to drink some milk that is completely not for humans. That milk is developed in that cow for a baby calf to gain like 2,000 pounds after it's born. And some freak figured out he could drink it up.
Yeah.
But, there's a lot of better alternatives. We have that non-butter spread.
Yeah,
Tastes
but
even better than butter.
But like the almond milk tastes like shit in your coffee. Like nothing replaces the
I
whole
like
milk
it.
in the coffee for me.
So you saying if this bug milk would do it for you?
Dude, people fucking eat anything. What's the new thing? Oat milk? Like
I mean, it's disgusting.
Like I'm just saying, I feel like if you told someone, "Oh, bug milk's super healthy," they're like, "Oh, I drink. Can I have a frappa mochaccino with some bug milk?"
Okay, so the final, so just so you know, as I say, they are more sustainable because insects use less land than cattle. They are more efficient at converting feed, and they also use less water to produce butter. I can't say this name. Somba Sosa said as she held out a freshly baked insect butter cookie. Do you guys all think that Kim is taking this way too lightly and she's accepting this way too fast? Freshly baked insect butter cookie.
But it's not like ants in your biscuit. It's like
Don't want them ants in your biscuit. That's for sure.
It's like it's gonna look like butter.
Yes.
I mean, I think it's funny because you're okay with butter, but you won't drink a fucking glass of milk.
Drinking a glass of milk is disgusting.
But like, what's the difference?
It's so much less of it. Like, I would put a little butter on a toast. I wouldn't eat a stick of butter.
But you won't even put like a little milk in your cereal, which is delicious.
I've just never tried that before.
All right, what if I had a little scoop of butter or a little thimble filled with milk? Which one would you take?
Milk.
Over the butter?
Yes, but it's size-wise. But if you had the third option, which was insect butter, I'd have either over it. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Okay, so...
Man, you're going to be bummed when I start baking with insect butter and you have no idea. You're like, these cookies are good. And I'll be like, gotcha, bitch, insect butter.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't be less gross, I guess, but it is more gross.
Here's my deciding factor. Which is cheaper, because you know that's what I'm going to buy.
Like how many bugs you got to get some butter out of there? Cow's big as shit. This wouldn't be a Matt and Kim podcast if we didn't cover some hypothetical situations.
Let's do it.
Let's drop some on us right here. Kim.
Yes.
My love.
Aw.
If every time you have sex, it takes one day off of your life, how often would you still have sex?
1,233 times.
Yeah?
With you. From now on.
So how many years you drop on that one?
Oh,
that's like 3 years?
I'd have to do
3, 4 years?
Yeah, I'd take 3. Because those are the bad years, the older ones.
Yeah, but maybe it'll push all your timeline back. Let's say it happened like that. So like the condition you'd be in at 85, you're now at 81. It's immediately taking these days off.
Wait, like it would physically bring me back or I'd just be dead?
All right, we're pretty lost here because you don't know what I'm saying and I don't know what you're saying. Let's change it. So let's say every time you have sex, you lose one day out of that year. So like whatever age you are now.
Okay.
That year would be one day shorter for every time you had sex.
I'd get rid of a month out of the year.
A month out of the year?
Yeah.
That's worth it.
With you,
like
yes.
Sex is all right and all, but
Are you serious?
Would I lose 30 days out of the year?
There's so many more days still, though. Like, you wouldn't notice. Time's flying by. You'd just be like, oh, yeah, it's
What if we pushed up? What if we heightened it? What if we said you lost a week for every time? Would you still do it?
I mean, I'd do it. I'd do it a little less. You'd have to do it, because if I'm doing it, you're doing it.
I hire some guy. You think I'm losing these weeks? I mean, for real, in a real situation, like
You would just give up sex?
in the
God,
first
that's not
case,
saying a lot for me.
in the first case scenario, where it's just taking days off the end,
yeah.
taking days out of my 80s or 90s or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, who cares? Whatever. For taking days off of this time right now, it gets tougher because I'm already feeling like life is short. Like it's gonna go by so fast. And then once we pump it up to weeks, I think it would be 2 in my head. Like you really just cost yourself a week for that. Like it's that kind of thing. I remember a friend telling me a story, and I guess any single person probably has this story. I never really lived this life, but about being in LA and there's this girl and she's like, oh, I'm at this party, and he like drives to the party and but then they've been drinking and he's like, oh, we're gonna go to this other thing, and he's like, well, I guess I could leave my car here, and we get an Uber, and that like just keeps making these bad choices that are gonna make the next day or whatever difficult, and then like, has sex for however long it takes, 10 minutes 8 minutes, and then like comes, and immediately everything he just did was like, fuck. Like your head just gets like put back on again, and you're just like accept the reality of like, fuck, I left my car downtown. It's probably gonna get towed. It wasn't even supposed to be there overnight, and I left my bag at this whatever. But I think that is second again immediately after the 3.5 minutes. It'll be like, that was a week of my life that I'll never get back.
But just think about how good the 3.5 minutes feels.
See, you know me, I don't function like that. I way overthink everything.
I mean, I'm gonna say, after you peeled me off the floor last night, we did it. And you're in a great mood today. I think your body needs it. I wouldn't want, I guess I wouldn't want a week off of
life.
It, but like, I don't know. Why live life if you can't do it?
All right, good, fair enough. I guess this is a me question, and maybe I'd like your take on it. Would you rather have no penis or 5 penises?
Can I answer for you? Sure. 5, because sometimes, like, I could take one penis at a time. Because sometimes you can't keep up.
And then sometimes you just be like, oh God, sorry. So I was thinking just visually.
Do you think they're like a clock, a number on each, like?
No, I just picture like.
Or like a hand?
Like, think of like an octopus with all those like tentacles.
So the head of the octopus is actually your balls, and all the dicks are the legs.
Exactly,
of the
it's like flipped upside down.
I can fuck with that.
And so has me thinking, what would be odder? I mean, I think having no penis as like that Ken doll look, it's like it wouldn't be offensive. Like,
I wouldn't jump back if I saw that.
But if some guy took off his pants and he had 5 dicks, you'd be out of there. Because here's what I've been thinking about as I've been exercise biking a lot. I've just been thinking about how balls really get in the way. They are, and given that we have no plans to have children, what if you just cosmetically removed the testicles? Like, how weird would it look to not have them? And again, I'm pedaling on the bike. These are just the thoughts going through my head. And I'm thinking about how when we made that hooded sweatshirt, right, for Matt and Kim, it was like a item we made from scratch. And we're talking about how you never really use those strings.
Yeah,
right?
The hoodie strings.
They just like go into your fucking beer when you're leaning over. They pull halfway out the other side. But so we made our hoodie with no strings, not even holes for strings. And I'm like thinking, like a dick with no balls, that hoodie just looked weird not having strings. Like the strings are needed. Even though they're not needed, they're needed. And so I feel like
you need to see. Well,
even though all my balls do is get in the way.
You do like a good pull
We're
on
not
the
going
balls.
deep. We're not going. They get in the way. Life would be better without them. But what do you think you would think if
I could fuck you without balls. Like, if you had to have them removed, I'd be okay with it.
But what if it was just a cosmetic choice?
I mean, no one wants to look at balls. They're not pretty. It's like these like wrinkly old sacks, like skin sacks. It's
Except for
just-
mine, they're like beautiful marble bowling balls, but appropriate size.
I don't think I'd be weirded out by it.
Okay, good. Just checking. Calling my
Appointment
doctor.
made.
Calling. Let's see. 911. Let's see. Let's do something with non-sex. Here.
Is that even possible?
Would you rather go a month without drinking or masturbating?
I made it a month without drinking. So, yeah.
And that's the preferred. But you didn't drink because you wanted to see how it did health-wise, feeling-wise, whatever. Masturbation doesn't, as far as we know, doesn't have negative health repercussions and whatnot.
It helps me sleep. I mean, I don't think I've gone a week without masturbating.
But if you had to choose one or the other, from the person who was drunk on the floor last night.
Well, from that person, I'd love to go a month without drinking right now because I feel like shit. But yeah, if you didn't fuck me last night, I was totally going to masturbate before I went to sleep. I already had that in my head.
Is that what you're doing on the carpet when I came
But
out
I
and
couldn't
found
get
you?
the tights off.
I mean, these tights are too tight. I'm like, it's in the name. They're tights. For our final non-sex related question.
The only non-sex.
Yeah. Would you rather have sex with Megan Fox with a penis or Tom Hiddleston with a vagina?
Wait, is Tom Hiddleston thin lip guy?
Yep.
I'll do him with a vagina.
Yeah.
Yes. Right? He's the one that was in that show I was watching?
It was the Night Manager or something
yes,
like that.
totally. I would fuck him with a vagina. Put my whole hand up there.
Damn, you'd fist Tom Hiddleston with a vagina?
And I'd kiss him while I was doing it.
I don't know who wrote this question, but would you rather have sex with Megan Fox with a penis or Tom Hiddleston with a vagina? That is interesting to me because then, it's not about the equipment. It's about the person running it, because he can't stick it in. Like, you shut the lights off, take Megan Fox's dick, and just imagine that it's my dick. But you couldn't fist Tom Hiddleston and imagine that it's my vagina.
Well, because your vagina is much tighter.
So, should I answer this one?
Yes, and I'm hoping in my dream in my head that I'm probably going to masturbate to later tonight that it goes the way I'm thinking.
I honestly don't know which way you're thinking. I don't know if I'm ready for penetrative sex from a penis.
Oh, because you think she would do it to you and you wouldn't do it to her? I just kind of assumed that you would just do it to her.
Just do her
in the butt.
But then you wouldn't even get to look at them tatas.
Well, you got to do the reach over.
Nobody likes the reach over. No. And then Tommy H shut the lights down. I mean, I'm sure he's keeping it toy. I mean, unless you were just up in there with the fist.
But say you chose that, could I be in the room and watch?
Sure, Kim.
Oh, thanks.
All right. On that note, this has been another episode of the Matt and Kim podcast. And we got a lot to talk about now. A lot to think about. And I got not much more to say.
I say stay home, stay safe. Bam. need some Advil.
Dragging that through my butt crack.